Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Matcha Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing well. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, and I hope that you like what you see here. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel, so that and hit the notification bell too, so that you can know when I post. For those of you who have already been rocking with me for a bit, welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. So as we saw, we're doing a reading tonight, this evening, for the full moon in Libra, which is also called so I learned something new today, the worm moon as well. So, yeah, we're really starting to harness in on this spring energy and bringing to life new things and, kind of releasing all that old stuff that, is kind of dead and gone, so to speak. So that's kind of the energy. So to start, we're going to start with the Moonology card. Or deck rather. I'm trying to wait like for at least like a minute to see if anybody shows up before I start, but who knows. A lot of times like I start and then that's when people pop up, so I'll just start at least shuffling and go from there. But yeah, so I hope that you guys had a nice Monday and are enjoying your evenings so far, if you watch it tonight, or just that you're well in general. Get your glass of wine or whatever you like. Make a little cocktail. Nice weather for a lot of us. Our weather is a lot. I mean, you guys can see that it's very, very bright. um, but they have blackout curtains. But yeah, like there is very bright out there. So the weather definitely is better than it was a couple of days ago. My God, it was like tsunami out there. It was so much rain. But anyway, let's get to the point. All right, Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show them what they need to see at this time for their highest good when it comes to this full moon in Libra energy. What do they need to know? What are they releasing? What's the energy surrounding them? What's the energy coming towards them? What do they need to know? Thank you. So we have take time to breathe out. Decimating moon. So I'm getting that a lot of you guys have been probably overworking yourselves or overthinking or something. I feel just a sense of like overexertion. Look, step out of your comfort zone, North Node on the bottom of the deck. I feel like some of you, this is a very particular message for somebody. This might not be for everyone, but take this as it resonates, so I'm just getting it as a download. Aside from a lot of you guys maybe just feeling like you're not taking time to just take a breath, right? To just relax, breathe a little bit. I'm also getting that maybe this is something that, is almost like second nature to you. Like you're so used to overworking and, you know, being in this energy of somebody who's always on the go that it's actually weird for you to take time away from tasks and things like that. Take it as it resonates, because that's not going to fit for everybody. But I am getting that for somebody who ends up watching at some point. So take with it as you may. Tell us more. But I'm definitely getting this energy of just needing to kind of focus on oneself a little bit. Self-care is probably important right now. Why do I feel like there's like a bump on the side of the head? It's probably just my ear, but it's annoying me. um, but yeah, like, here, let's do some weird autofocus thing. So yeah, that could be definitely some energy for some of y'all, just needing that time to focus on some self-care, you know, something nice for yourself. I plan on possibly taking myself out this weekend on a date. So we have 3 cards that came out together, so let's read all of them. Balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. We also have, along with that one, was be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. And the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So with all those cards coming out together, after that take time to breathe out card, and just that energy of there's something like you guys are not used to doing, and like this is going to be a time to figure it out. Perhaps one of those things could be the fact that you're trying to learn how to find, and then ironically enough, we're talking about, I mean, the Libra represents balance, right? So a lot of things are going to be kind of balancing out. So maybe work-life balance might be important right now. Perhaps you guys are working extra hours or something, trying to make ends meet. I'm getting a lot of different downloads, so please take with it as you know, as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, just let that message fly. But I'm getting something along those lines. I'm also getting that some of you might be trying to like figure out, like, aside from like finding that balance, also just trying to like make sure that the things that you're doing in terms of like work and stuff like that, or the energies that are around you, are in alignment with where you're going spiritually. Perhaps there's things kind of falling off because you're in a different, headspace, and you're doing things differently right now. I'm kind of getting something along those lines as well, and that will explain why we also have that be bold and make the first move, because this is something foreign and different for you. um so, I'm getting many different messages. Hopefully, something is making sense and sticks. Tell us a little bit more. Thank you. Look at that. A new start is coming. New moon. Nice. Maybe something might happen around the time of the next new moon, which I think is in like a couple weeks or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But, maybe some of you are starting like a new job, or some type of new venture of some sort. Could be romance, but I'm picking up on more like, especially with this like practicality stuff. I'm kind of getting it might have something to do with like career. We also have nothing set in stone yet. On the bottom, mutable moon. And I'm getting that might have something to do with, some of you might be a mutable sign. Take that as it resonates. Um, like I'm a Sagittarius, and I'm technically a mutable sign. Um, Meaning that you're very adaptable. Like you're not a fixed sign. You're not like, you know, one of those signs that pardon me. Trying to see which thing I can use to turn this up a little bit. Sorry, I was telling you guys, for those who watch often, my smoke detectors, I kid you not, I've changed those batteries so many times, and between having to change the batteries and or the fact that when I'm not reading, those things are practically silent. They barely go off. You heard how loud that one was just now? Yeah. There's definitely strong energies happening when I read, and it seems like when I'm not reading, then all of a sudden, like, it's like practically nothing. They might go off from time to time, but it's not like a lot. It's really weird. But anyway, so yeah, some of you might be, very adaptable, or they're saying that, there's a time to become more adaptable, right? As you're trying to figure out, where to go with this next phase of life, or just, where do you go from here, right? Trying to figure it all out. But they're saying, don't overthink it, right? Take time to breathe in and breathe out. Don't breathe in, breathe out. Anyway, yeah, don't, get yourself all worked up and think too much about it. Just kind of go with the flow. Um, we have bring love into this situation, new moon in Aquarius. Wow, that was a weird one. I don't know if you guys heard that. It went choo choo. It never does that. Very interesting. Along with expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. We have the eclipse coming soon. Interesting though. So remember, I was saying for some, but not all. Some of you might be love related. Your commitment is being tested first moon quarter. So this is something that should be coming up soon, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But it's giving me this energy of, if love has been the thing that's been kind of in your life, that's the thing that's going to start shifting and changing. If it's been the career stuff, that's going to start to shift and change too. So it just kind of depends on where you are at this time of your journey. But either way, they're saying, make sure that whatever you decide to do, it aligns with where you're going when it comes to your spirituality and things like that, and being practical, because you don't want to put yourself in situations where it's not in alignment with where you're trying to go, right? You don't want to be stuck in positions where, it's just more and more of the same old, the stuff that hasn't been working for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that. So kind of, being bold enough to say, okay, it's time that I'm getting that some of you might have Leo in your chart somewhere. But yeah, being like very bold and confident in the decision to do this. Whatever this is. This thing is really annoying. Adjustments are required on the top of the deck. Third quarter moon. Okay, so these are all events that I believe are happening within the next few weeks, if I'm not mistaken. But that means that, again, you have to be adaptable. Phone just went off. You have to be adaptable. You have to be able to work with the necessities that come with change and things of that nature. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So here in the middle of the deck. So just letting me know that you guys also, you know, there's a lot going on. Give me 1 second. And then when I split the deck again, it now says, show the world the real you. So, don't let pride get in your way. And this is a Leo card. So, I mean, again, there's a lot of little things that might be holding you back when it comes to, as I saw 11:11 when I said this. I just sent my girl Lati yesterday a receipt from my job that said 11:11, and we were just talking about that number the night before. So it's kind of crazy how it showed up. But yeah, I'm getting that energy too. That number is also about balance, so that's also interesting. All right, your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So remember, we already saw this energy of practicality, right? Things being practical, being realistic, right? You don't want to overshoot your shot, but you don't want to undershoot either. You want to go after things that you want, but just make sure that you plan it thoroughly. It's not something you just do on a whim. I'm kind of getting. Let's get maybe one more from here, and then we'll start reading from the portal deck. Thank you. Nothing will come of this situation void of course moon. It's in the reverse. So it's letting us know that, there might have been this period of time. I just saw 12:11 on the timer. There might have been a period of time where things just felt like they were just, I just said off course. As I'm seeing void of course, I'm also hearing off course, like things weren't going where you were meant to be going, and you had to start, adapting and changing, things as needed in order to come up with a practical plan to go where you're trying to go. Things that are in alignment with where you are currently and where you're trying to go. And now it's just about being bold enough to, do what you need to do for yourself in order to get where you're going. Bottom of the deck, we have, excuse me, fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries on the bottom of the deck, which is interesting because we also had that new start coming card. Um, the time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo, being open to the ability to be able to put yourself out there again when it comes to whatever this is. If it's romance in particular, I feel, or just even if it's not romance, but like anything that's like heart centered, being able to, feel comfortable and confident in your decision to do that, because you might have been through some stuff that kind of kept you from putting yourself out there again, pulling you back a little bit. I feel like you're on the right path right now when it comes to removing yourself from those things and really being able to adapt to the changes necessary to welcome in positive relationships and foster positive relationships in your life. Like I said, it doesn't have to be romance, but anything that's heart centered. So that could be friendships. It could be your friends and I've said that right. It could be friendship, friends, romance, work, so on and so forth. Your relationship with self. Middle of the deck, we have surrender to the divine, full moon. And what are we talking about right now? The full moon. So there's also a time to have more faith in, whatever your belief system is. Whether it's you rely on you know, your ancestors, or you rely on the universe, you rely on what you call your God, whatever that is. Nature, so on and so forth. Whatever that means to you, take with it, as you may. Take with that. Take that with caution. Not caution, but discernment. Because one thing I don't do is force beliefs onto people. Like, whatever you believe is what you believe. You know, a lot of us who are into tarot more likely than not are more spiritual as opposed to religious, but that doesn't mean that you don't have, you know, some religious beliefs, right? And I'm not here to judge anyone, and I don't want anybody to judge me. So, bottom of the deck, we do have Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. So this is a time to work on getting grounded. With the weather becoming a lot nicer for a lot of us, depending on where we live. Um, Spending more time outdoors. Um, you know, I just said earlier in the beginning of the reading, like, you know, the whole point of what's going on at this time for the full moon is called, it's also called the, um, hi Monica. It's also called the worm moon, and basically it's really talking about how, you know, as the grounds are thawing out, we see more earthworms. So this is, there's like a history behind why, where that term comes from for this particular full moon. I was like, oh, I found that quite interesting. But as I'm talking about getting grounded, it's kind of ironic because of like the history of what this full moon happens to entail as well. So yeah, you guys are really getting more grounded or need to work on getting more grounded. I'm also getting that with saying getting grounded so many times. Your root chakra might need a little bit of work, so just pay attention to that. How grounded do you feel right now? How rooted do you feel to yourself, to source? How, like, what is your, where is your connection currently with those things? Um, how secure do you feel? And safe. How safe and secure are you feeling right now? Those are just questions to ask yourself as you navigate this. So let's get some cards from here. Then we'll pull some tarot. I like it. So we have solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. So remember I was talking about finding that sense of like confidence I'm getting. You know, that's a big thing about the solar plexus is the sense of confidence, right? The fire in the pit of your belly that, you know, gives you that drive and willpower to do things that, you know, you might normally be afraid to do. We did see that energy of, you know, like earlier on we saw this energy of having to be bold and make that move to do something that, you know, is important to you, whatever that is. For a lot of people, I said it already as well, I'm getting career and finance for some people, like a new job or a new business venture or something like that, or going for a promotion or something like that that you might have been afraid to, you know, apply for, that type of thing. For others, it could involve love, and getting that as well. So, you know, take it as it resonates. Tell us more. What's going on? And as the messages resonate, just send like reactions just so I know I'm connecting with the energy, or leave comments in the comment section. Mingle amongst each other. Always cool. We have Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher, awakening, divine magic. So, you know, really discovering that magic within yourself, right? I'm also getting that some of you might be taking the lessons and things that you've learned from this past cycle that's closing out, and those are the lessons that, you know, are coming into this new phase of your life. And, you know, that's why it's like so brand new to you. It's like, okay, well, you know, it's kind of like, I just got this weird analogy. My analogies are always kind of spacey anyway, so bear with me. But it's going to make sense, I promise. It's like if you like went to college or something, or you took a course or something, some type of coursework that's supposed to be for like furthering your education. Think of something like that, right? So you go to school for this shit, and the stuff is like super hard. You're like, oh my god, like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, oh my god. And you finally like passed the course. You did pretty good with the course, and now you have to actually be practical, right? You have to be practical. We had more than one card about being practical about something. You have to be practical with how you actually utilize the information that you obtained. How do you apply it now? So I'm getting something like that. And that could be why that is something about that new start, right? Especially if it's like career and finance type stuff. So if you took like a course or something like that to further your education and something that you've been interested in, now it's going to be time to apply it. It could be more just You know, it could be also just more abstract than that. It could just be you went through a major life lesson and now it's time to move into that next phase of life and utilize that information so you don't repeat mistakes. Been there, done that many times over. So it could be something like that as well. Tell us more. Thank you. I like this a lot. Actually, these cards look very similar to me. I'm going to hold both of them up in a second. So we have serious star blessings. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. And then we had that a new start is coming. If you look at these two cards, like the colors, the hue of the colors, like the purples and the stars and all that shit, it looks very similar. Yeah, it's giving me that vibe, right? This vibe of, you know, I just heard look to the stars, right? Look to the cosmos, look to the divine, to, you know, get that inner strength. This might be a time to do a little bit of moon magic if you're into that thing. Only if you're into it. Or just, you know, pray to source, whatever you know, whatever you feel gets you the most connected to your beliefs. To kind of get that sense of courage and strength to push through it, whatever this thing that you want to try to do is. Um, Take it as it resonates, of course. Tell us more. But they're saying, yeah, proceed. Whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, go after it. We have Emerald Tablet Activation. Remember I just said, look to the cosmos, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. So you have to be very, very, what's the word? Shit, there's a word I'm looking for. Concrete, I can use that word. That's not the word I'm looking for. But whatever, that's besides the point. You have to be intentional. That's the word. You have to be very intentional about what it is that you're manifesting and what you're working towards as well. Because, you know, if you're all wishy-washy with it and you're not, that's why they were talking about being grounded and rooted in something. You have to really stand firm in this belief. I'm getting that some of you might have fire in your chart. As I'm getting kind of like that Seven of Wands, like stand your ground kind of thing. Like this is something that's important to you. I just saw 2202 on the timer when I looked up. This is something that's about choices. It also adds up to the number 6, which is about balance. Ha! How ironic is that? So yeah, I'm just getting this. I'm getting a lot of different downloads, so bear with me. But yeah, you know, and I am getting this energy, and I've said this before, like early on in the reading, that whatever this is something very heartfelt for you guys. This is not something like that is all about, you know, just finances or, you know, whatever. But this is a little bit deeper than that. And hey girl, hey, my love. So yeah, I'm getting like this energy of, you know, people who right now are just, again, just trying to find that sense of confidence when it comes to this thing that you're trying to go towards and work on, whether it's, you know, in terms of your career and finance, or physically going somewhere, or, you know, letting love back into your life after a period of heartbreak. It could be a combination of things. But it's time to, you know, consciously act, manifest the things that you want and alchemize, transmute the old energy that no longer serves you. We have Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking. So this is a time to start planning for the future. Hence why they said your dreams need to have a practical plan. And ironically enough, it's talking about dreams, and a lot of times dreams come in the form of download, or sorry, this card's about downloads. We talked about a card that had dreams on it. It's giving me that you're going to be receiving a lot of downloads within your dreams at this time. There's also time to reclaim your power, understanding how powerful you are. Ironically, I think I named this video, I just did it on a whim, but something about harnessing your power, right? During this cycle. So you're welcome. Tell us more. Let's get maybe 2 more from here. Exactly 2. Love this card. My girl loves this card as well. Sword of Light, divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. Yes, breaking through all those issues that have taken place, those things that you had to learn from, getting a sense of clarity, severing ties with the things from the past that, you had to learn those lessons from, and now you're moving forward from it. Those ties are already cut. Those cords are already cut, and you are protected at this time. This is not something to worry your pretty little head about anymore. You can rest assured that things are about to start looking up when it comes to whatever this is for you. And we do have, as I'm talking about, wow, I didn't even realize this card said that word on it. I knew the two cards came out together, but I didn't read anything off of here yet. Skull crystal wisdom, clarity. I literally just said something about clarity with the other card. Divine healing and high vibrational energy. So you guys are about to start vibrating much higher than you were in the past. All those things that you were dealing with and all of that nonsense that might have occurred that kept you held down and kept you feeling bound to something that no longer served you, you're coming out of that now. And you're working on your healing process. And with the healing process comes that sense of clarity. And again, there's that sense of protection here after these cords that might have been binding you to something that no longer served you. Those cords are cut, and now that's allowing you to see things a lot more clearly than you might have seen them before. I'm hoping that's making sense. All right. I know I said 2 more, and they gave me exactly 2, but I'm greedy. So I'm going to get 1 more. What else, Spirit? Thank you. And we have soul star activation, fulfilling, as we just talked about, cutting cords, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are, right? After cutting those cords, regaining that sense of power and reclaiming who you are, right? We saw that energy, and now we just got a little more confirmation about that. Nice. I like it. We have on the bottom of the deck, Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. So a lot of things about like the divine and support and things of that nature, right? Protection, like we have a lot of that stuff. Like again, you have nothing to worry about. I know it's easier said than done, of course, but things are definitely about to start looking up for a lot of you guys. I'm also getting, as I burped, anybody who watches my channel knows that once I start getting ready to like really say something that's very important, that's when the whole burp thing happens, or I feel like slight closing, not like I'm like dying or anything, but yeah. That and sneezing, those are the things that usually tend to happen. But that voice activation card is giving me that some of you, I just heard a closed mouth don't get fed. Some of you might need to use your voice more when it comes to the things that you want in life, or in certain circumstances, especially for, and I said this earlier, I was getting this energy of some people might be getting ready to go up for like a promotion or something like that you're going to apply for. And, the closed mouth don't get fed. Make sure that, contracts are airtight. I'm getting for somebody. Make sure that, the pay is right. Make sure you're getting, what you deserve. Don't let nobody lowball you and just take a position because you feel like, oh, well, I don't want to just pass it up because, like, no. If the shit don't feel right, don't take it. I'm getting that for somebody. That's very, very specific. So just take it as it resonates. But just understand that using that voice chakra is or throat chakra is very, very important right now. Utilizing your voice more and speaking up for yourself, being your own advocate when getting something like that. We have Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. Remember, we saw a card earlier that talked about, that sense of being able to be willing to give rather than receive. Sometimes, we forget what it's like to, be willing to give again because we've been through so much. We've overextended, we've overpoured into other connections, but now it's about using your discernment and being able to be cautious and, know who's actually worth that energy, who's worth your time, who's worth your love, not just, putting yourself out there too much for people just because, like actually being able to be wise enough after the lessons learned, right? Who's worth it? But spirit's funny. Is it worth it? Let me work it. But yeah, so like, yeah, I said something before about feeling like for some of you it's like this really big thing about the heart space. So it's kind of showing up as a confirmation now. Middle of the deck, we do have Star Gathering, Stars Aligned, Remembering Home, and Soul Family. This card comes up a lot lately. I do feel like a lot of you are going to be coming into connection with people who are part of your soul tribe or soul family. If you believe in that kind of thing, I certainly do. My girl, Allie, aka Delilah's Den, is definitely a part of my soul family. She is what I call my soul lead. I feel like we're soulmates. She's meant to be in my life. She's super important to me. And she's helped me, you know, with a lot of things in my life in the year and a half or so that I've known her. And I'm super fortunate to have her. So, now, ironically enough, what did I say? I felt the premise for a lot of you guys for this reading is work, Eight of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. I literally said that I feel like for a lot of you it's work related or it could be about love. So either way, you slice it. Like that. Either way you slice it, it's one or the other for a lot of you guys, and it could be both for some. But it's definitely giving me that a lot of you, hey queen, it's definitely giving me that a lot of you guys are about to work on something new when it comes to your work life, you know, going after something that you were afraid to go after before, whatever that may be. Really working on your craft, um, expanding your knowledge about something. I'm also getting, remember I was saying that for some of you, you might be actually get ready to, like, you know, take a course, or you took a course. Now it's gonna be time to actually utilize the information, be practical, you know, use it in a practical way, in a practical setting. I'm getting that for some. And again, brand new love for others. Whoop whoop. Ace of Cups. This outpouring of love and newness, that new. And if it's not about romance, again, it's just about something that's gonna be, you know, I keep talking about that heartfelt sense of like something that really is going to make you happy and emotionally fulfilled, regardless of whether it's in the form of love or whatever. Like that part's kind of besides the point. But again, like I said, for some of you it is going to be about love. But either way, I feel like whatever this is involving, it's just this essence of, you know, feeling like, wow, whatever it is, I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm doing what I'm meant to do. I feel like this is in alignment with where I'm trying to go, so on and so forth. And that's what I've been picking up on. All right, so we're gonna get a few cards from here. I keep seeing that Ace of Cups showing up. I saw the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. Like it was like slow and steady, right? Slow and steady wins the race. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. All those, you know, generic things that we all say. So I'll spare that. But yes, we're gonna do maybe thinking a Cross of Truth one, full moon edition. All right, so we have King of Swords here. Some of you might have air in your chart. Take it as it resonates. But being really, really, remember I said this, discerning and, you know, intentional about your decisions, like cutting things out that don't work anymore. You know, is this energy here, right? That breakthrough energy of saying, okay, enough of the BS. I've been there, done that. I'm gonna like actually put my foot down and say, okay, I just heard off with their heads. You know, anybody who, you know, or anything that, you know, doesn't serve you, you just gotta get, it gets the boot. It has to go. So tell us more. What's going on like in the current energy? Got two cards. Coincides with what I was feeling earlier for some of you. A sense of being in one's head a lot. Sense of being in one's head a lot, you know, but the thing is, like, you know, you're all in your head worrying yourself, But the thing is, the circumstances are probably nowhere near as dire as off with their heads. Yes. I guess that's why I keep hearing it. Like, I feel like every time I see a swords card now, I've been saying that. And it's probably because of your little ass. Now that thing is stuck in my head. So I keep hearing it. I'm like, where is this coming from? And then I also hear like, from, was it Alice in Wonderland, off with their head for painting the roses red, that shit. Like towards the end of the movie. So yes, now I have you to blame, Allie. But yeah, so really in your heads. But the thing is, the circumstances are not nowhere near as bad as you think. A lot of times it's, the confinements and stuff that we feel are more so, how can I put it? I'll say, I know self-inflicted sounds kind of like, wow, self-inflicted, but we'll go with that for the lack of a better word. Self-inflicted. It's self-delusions and things like that. And then we got this King of Wands here that came out with it. So I'm getting this sense of, I was saying earlier that I'm picking up on mostly air signs, and also possibly some fire signs. Said that earlier. So perhaps these thoughts that you've been having kind of make it hard for you to, take on, leadership in your life in a way. I put air quotes there. Like taking charge and saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this. I'm not going to keep on, selling myself short or not having confidence in myself, because the King of Wands is supposed to be very, very confident, but those two cards coming out together, and this is the overall energy, and with all the stuff we've seen earlier, I'm just getting like this is an energy of people who are just having a hard time releasing self-doubts and stuff. For some of you, these self-doubts and stuff just might come from childhood. This comes up a lot in these readings because we're all in the same collective, so a lot of the same people have been watching lately. Some of this could come from childhood. Top of the deck, we have the Emperor. There we go. I'm getting either some of you have Aries in your chart, which Allie already said she does. I already said more than once that I'm picking up on possible fire energy. So this is fire energy here. This is actually the Aries. So, but the thing about the Emperor also is the fact that the Emperor is a father figure. So as I'm saying, for some of you, take it as it resonates. Maybe for some, not all. Your own father might be why you feel like this sometimes. For others, it could just be that you were dealing with somebody who's very domineering over you and kind of fucked with your head a bit, and it made it hard for you to be confident in yourself. Take it as it resonates. So I'm getting more than one energy here. Yeah, and it caused some, maybe a little bit of instability or feeling wishy-washy with this Two of Pentacles here, trying to keep everything in balance and try to figure it all out. I'm also getting, for some of you, this is very specific for somebody, I feel. You guys have you're really good at, and I'm good at this too, and my friend and I, we talk about this often, compartmentalizing. I'm getting that might be the case for some, and I said something along those lines earlier, but I didn't use that term. I'm getting that some of you guys tend to compartmentalize a lot. So what that means is you will not allow for like certain parts of your life to interfere with other parts of your life. You keep everything very separate, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But sometimes what happens is, trying to have this balancing act, you forget to take care of certain parts of yourself. And I did mention earlier that I'm getting, for some of you, you guys are overthinking, overworking. That was actually like one of the first messages I picked up on. I think there might be a little bit of a lack of self-care going on. Please be careful with that. Make sure you're resting. I'm preaching to the choir here, but that message is for me too. So I'm just getting, you guys are like, you try to be like this balancing act and have everything right and do everything the way it's supposed to be and blah blah. You also like to keep a brave face. Like, you don't let anybody see you sweat. Excuse me. Confirmation. You don't let nobody see you sweat. So you know how to keep a good poker face. You don't let people really see the real you in some ways. Like people close to you probably know who you are in those ways, but like you keep a lot of that shit under wraps. So it's very hard for people to tell when something's not right or whatever, because you know how to keep yourself prim and proper. I just heard, you know how to, you know, kind of keep yourself bottled up in a way where people really can't tell when things are wrong. I'm one of those people. So remember, we're all in the same collective here. So my energy is going to show up too, even as the reader. All right, tell us more. So what is the collective maybe working on releasing at this time during this full moon? I feel like we have the Four of Wands here. That's usually because this is what we're releasing, right? That is usually about stable foundations. It's about celebrations like, you know, weddings and anniversaries, things like that. It could be about community. It could also be about twin flames. I'm not really picking up on love too much in this reading, but that could be the case for some of you. Could be like maybe a false twin that you had to release for somebody, possibly. Because we do have the Knight of Swords here on the bottom of the deck. So I'm getting this energy of, I heard fleeing the scene. Like you had to like flee from something possibly. And when I say flee, not necessarily like, you know, like you had to like literally like flee away from something, but just again, removing yourself or distancing yourself from something that no longer served you. Now, what I'm getting for some of you, it could have been like a marriage or a relationship or something like that, cohabitation situation, whatever. I'm getting that for some. Take that as it resonates. But for others, I'm actually getting, and we do have the Seven of Cups on the top of the deck. Remember, I was talking about self-delusion before. Being all in one's head. Feeling like a lot of mental confusion I'm getting. So for some of you, yes, you are healing from a past heartbreak. Now, this heartbreak for some of you is like your own, like, you know, relationships. Others, remember what I was saying about something about this childhood shit that might be resurfacing for some, but not all. Distancing yourself from old ways of doing things when it comes to what, like, romance and love is supposed to look like, relationships as a whole, marriage, all that stuff. What does that stuff look like to you? That's a very specific message for somebody, so take that as it resonates. But, you know, again, distancing yourself from maybe outdated belief systems. Now, ironically, we don't have like the Hierophant here or anything like that, but I'm getting that type of energy for some reason. Like I said, for others, it's, you know, you had to remove yourself from like some type of relationship or cohabitating kind of, you know, situation where there was probably romance involved. And, you know, it was heartbreaking, but you're learning how to heal from that. Because we did have the Three of Wands in the middle of the deck that was in reverse. So it's letting us know that you're releasing the heartbreak, right? Which is good. So what is the collective manifesting or welcoming into their life after this lesson has been learned, after these cords have been cut? Major transformation here with the Death card. You're welcoming in this new version of yourself, right? Remember one of the first cards we saw, let me see, was a new start is coming. So, you know, in order to have a new beginning, you have to have an ending, right? So the key word here is new. So this is giving me like ego death kind of energy, you know. Remember I was talking about, you know, taking everything you've learned, releasing all the stuff that no longer serves you, and now what do you do with this information? Now you have to be able to do something practical with it, and that's the transformation part. That's the transformation part. I like it. You know, people get low weary about the Death card. The Death card is not a bad card. Or weary about the number 13. Ironically enough, the number 13 is on the Death card, and here we have 31. It's like the same thing backwards and forwards. Yeah, so, you know, really putting your burdens down, right? This 10 of Wands. Taking charge of your life with authority. Yeah. After you walked away from situations that no longer served you. I mean, seems pretty straightforward to me. So what's the basis of all of this? Or the foundation of all of this? Thank you. Right back to the stuff we were just talking about. We got the Fool here. So we've already talked about this energy, right? This sense of a brand new beginning, starting from scratch. Literally, the number on the card is 0, right? Starting from scratch, everything completely brand new. Um, so, with all these new beginnings, again, come all those major endings, the severances of, those cords that, might have been keeping you tied down at some point, getting past all of that, and just really embarking on a new journey, in a new phase of life, taking a leap of faith into something completely new and like brand new territory is what I'm getting, yeah. Yeah, but the thing is this, there is still like, and we're getting that energy again, that 2 of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. So it's like that wishy-washy back and forth. How do I do this? I'm scared, a little bit of fear there, kind of putting your toe in the water to see if the water's warm enough, kind of. Spirit 20 again. I just thought about Purple Rain, or In Purple Rain, when well, 2 parts that I'm thinking about for those of you who are Prince fans and like that movie. When Apollonia and the kid are, because his name on the movie is called, he's the kid. His name is not Prince on there, so they call him the kid on there. Anywho, so when they're when him and Apollonia are at the lake, and then he's like, oh yeah, you have to cleanse yourself in the Lake Minnetonka. She goes in the water, and it's not the Lake Minnetonka. I don't know why that scene just popped in my head, but then on there too, Computer Blue in the beginning of the song, Wendy, yes Lisa, is the water warm enough? Yes Lisa, shall we begin? Yes Lisa, that shit. So again, for those of you who are Prince fans and like Purple Rain, I love that movie, it's my favorite movie. But anyway, yeah, it's like that in and out energy, kind of just making sure the water's warm enough. Like, should I go in there or should I not? Game of hopscotch, double dutch and shit, is it my turn to jump into the rope? That's what I'm getting for some of you, that back and forth energy, which I get, because once again, when it's something brand spanking new, it's scary. You don't know what to do with that information. You don't know what to expect. So there will be a little bit of fear there, or anxieties that surround you when it comes to making these decisions. And remember I was saying, thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. A lot of this also is because of the fact that, again, and now we actually have it on the main spread. I felt it was going to come out, and it's here in the position that I was feeling it in too. See, I can't say things like that. I haven't gotten laid in 2 years. So when I say things like that, wow. Positions. Sorry, guys, I'm crazy. But anyway, yeah, the Hierophant is here in reverse, right? So, that's about, challenging, old, outdated belief systems, right? Yeah, I know I'm funny. I have my moments. But yeah, so those old outdated belief systems, right? And that causes a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of angst when it comes to figuring out what to do next and taking that leap of faith into the unknown. I get it. Yeah, finding that inner strength. We saw that energy more than once in this reading too. Remember I said earlier, for some of you, I think you might have Leo in your chart. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. Tell us more. What's the likely outcome? And then we're gonna draw from, let me see. Pull out some other decks over here too. I always like to try to have a certain amount of decks. Like I'll go get the decks I'm drawn to, and then maybe pick up a couple of extra ones just in case. Because Spirit be talking, man. So you got Knight of Swords here. So yeah, just kind of going after what you want, right? Making those decisions to say, okay, yeah, it's time. Going past the fears. The moon is here. We're doing a full moon reading. But no, seriously, like, those fears and anxieties. that, you know, kind of come with that. We're working on releasing it and just kind of going after what it is that you've been wanting to do for a while now. Yeah. And I think the reason why partly is because there's discontentment in your life. There's Nine of Cups in the top of the deck, in the reverse. You know, you're not happy where you are. So it's like you're realizing more and more. It's like, okay, well, if I stay in a position, whatever this is, where I'm not happy, you know, I'm living, you know, the way that I've been living for so long because I've been told I have to do things this way and that way, blah, blah, blah. Like you're realizing now, like, this doesn't make sense and this isn't what I want. So why do I keep on putting myself in these kind of positions or staying in these positions that just don't make sense anymore, doesn't align with where I'm going right now or where I am right now? So I have to do what I have to do. And what happens when you do that? Happy you asked. Ace of Pentacles. All right, big pimpin' baby. No, let me stop. But no, seriously, like it's, you know, the sense of literally the you know, Most High giving you this big precious gift of like, hey, I've seen that you've really, you know, done so much. The thing just did a weird auto focus thing and I'm barely moving. But yeah, like the Most High sees, wow, I'm gonna call you guys earth angels because I'm picking up on that. My earth angels are doing everything that they were supposed to do. They've learned the lessons, they closed out these cycles, they have earned this. Not to mention we have saw that Ace of Cups too, right? You're getting the abundance, you're getting the overall happiness and love and all that stuff in your life too, all coming through. Now remember, slow and steady wins the race, right? You know, don't think just because we're doing this reading or you're watching it or whatever, it's gonna happen tomorrow. Like it don't work. It don't work like that. You gotta continue to be doing the work in order to, you know, have these things come through. But this is something worth. I like how you use that emoji. This is something worth celebrating. Take a sip of some wine. But yeah, so like I really like that for you guys. I haven't pulled from these in a while. I'm gonna pull from the Zodiac 108 deck. I like these because it's like it gives a little more insight of like what's going on, like just like in a general sense, and it'll, you know, kind of coincide with what we've already seen, but it might give a little bit extra detail that we might not have otherwise picked up on before. So let's just get maybe 4 to 5 cards from here. Then we'll probably get some like affirmations or something and close out. If this meeting, why am I saying meeting? Does somebody have a meeting coming up about something important? I mean, I was talking about, I feel like some of you might have a new job coming through or something like that. Maybe the meeting is an interview, question mark? Claim it. Claim that shit. So let's get, like I said, maybe 4 to 5 cards from here. Just to get a little more info about what's going on. But what I was gonna try to say was, if this reading, I'm saying it again, if this reading is resonating with you, hit the like button, send some emojis or something, or some reactions. It just lets me know that I'm connecting with you guys and that you are enjoying the reading. So bottom of the deck, we do have, well, it says deeper meaning, community, hidden emotions, nourishing social resources, true feelings, support, savings, perception, sustenance, looking deeper, provided for, and consciousness. So it's giving me that you guys are really starting to see the, you know, excuse me, I'm so sorry, guys. It's giving me that you're seeing a deeper meaning behind the stuff that you've endured and been through and have grown through. You're understanding that, you know, I know it's a big time cliche, but you know, the whole everything happens for a reason. I mean, I do believe that, you know, we get put into certain situations and whatnot in our lives because, you know, there's a lot of different reasons. We believe in karma, past lifetimes, all that stuff. Like everything that happens, it's in alignment with those things. So if there's a lesson we haven't learned in this lifetime already, it'll keep repeating itself. That happens in the form of love all the time. raise his hand. Uh, things from our past lifetimes that we haven't closed out fully, stuff like that. It will start coming back around. It's karma. Um, and karma is neither good or nor bad. It's just, I mean, I know we use the term good karma and bad karma all the time, but it's just simply saying, you get what you put out, right? And then sometimes it's just certain lessons that we have to learn and stuff like that. So, take it as it resonates. But I think you guys are kind of starting to see, right? You're getting that sense of clarity about these things, these life lessons that, have come through, that you've passed the test, you've done your work. Tell us more. Oops, that's too many. I'm not taking all that. Way too many cards. Tell us more. Thank you. So we have, it's time. It's time for action. You saw that? Literally the last card out from the tarot was this one. All about action. It's time. It's time for action. Things are fast-tracked to unfold quickly and smoothly. I like it. I like it. It's all happening because you've done the work. And I'm sure that you guys probably have been seeing subtle differences in life. Like, not things like happening right off the bat, like super quick, but little changes here and there. Like, wow, I just feel better right now. Like, my life just feels like it's kind of looking up. Like, I feel like I'm hoping, at least, that a lot of you guys have been feeling like that. And just really seeing the brighter side of, life's trials and tribulations, and saying, okay, and for the things that you don't like, you're doing what you need to do to work on those things and get where you're trying to go. I'm getting that kind of energy. For some, this is very particular for somebody, I guess. Within a few days, because remember, time is fluid and it's not going to be the same for everybody, so on and so forth. Things change. Only thing that is constant is change, right? But it says the situation or event in question will develop or unfold within a matter of days. So you might be receiving some type of news or something in the next few days, question mark. Take that as it resonates. So, you know your situation better than I do, obviously. So, if you know that there's something that, like, you've been waiting for, like, that you've already kind of put your, how can I put it? If you know that there's something that you've already been kind of working on, or you've been in the process of doing, whatever, there might be some communication coming in when it comes to that. Again, take it as it resonates. So we have a couple of cards that came out together. We have Coin Toss, which is about choices, and then we were talking about that back and forth energy. So we're just kind of getting that confirmation of that Two of Pentacles that we saw more than once. And it came out with Master. So this card is about, really just, taking authority over your life. Being structured and disciplined in your choices. Let's get two more from here. If you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel as well. I would greatly appreciate that, because I am trying to build this page up. It's taking time, or this channel up, I should say. It's taking time, but, patience, right? We have Shield, which is all about protection. Now, we got that energy before, but it's also giving me, like, Nine of Wands energy. Somebody who's very, very protective of themselves. Somebody who's been through a lot of stuff, and with all the stuff they've been through, I'm getting more than one 9 here too. Just that sense of like a wounded warrior kind of energy. But the thing is, like, despite, the things you've been through, you always come out on top. We have, ironically enough, we have on the bottom of the deck, Baby, and it's about new beginnings. Thank you, Spirit. Starting completely from scratch, starting brand new. Top of the deck, we have confirmation from what I was saying earlier. We have headaches. So some of you guys might be dealing with some physical ailments and things like that might be kind of affecting you. Literally headaches, or just not feeling like yourself lately. So self-care is very important. It literally says self-care on here. So just pay attention to your body and how you're feeling, because somebody here who's watching needs to really focus on that right now. Spirit, come on now. I guess that's the reason why I got drawn to this deck, because look at what I said. Remember I said something about being prim and proper? Here's corset. That's what I was talking about like compartmentalizing and, you know, trying to keep, you know, safe face for people so that you appear to be way better off than what you are. Like, not that you're fake or anything like that, but that you don't like people in your business. You really like to make sure that, you know, the way that you appear in the outward world, you seem like 1001 on the timer as I'm saying this. Yeah, like, you guys are really good at just keeping it together in front of people. I'll read the whole card. So it says corset. Held together, boundaries, restriction, prim and proper. That's the words. Those are the exact words that I use. And in fact, when I was saying prim and proper, I was imagining this card, because I know this deck pretty well. I was imagining this deck in my head, and I think that's why I got drawn to read from. Because I went over to my altar and I was like, I don't know why I'm drawn to this card, because I had, or this deck rather. I already picked out all my cards, and I was like, I'm drawn to this deck. I'm gonna pick it. Lo and behold. But sorry, I didn't finish reading it. Following rules, structured, buttoned up, perfect posture, holding it together. Holding it together. I said something about that before. I said keeping it together was my exact words. Support, shape shift, people pleaser. So again, that sense of, you know, folks that, you know, really keep a brave face and just know how to present themselves in a way where everybody thinks that this person has it all together. You guys seem to be resonating with that. So I definitely can relate. People wouldn't know that, you know how they say like, oh, you don't look like what you've been through, that kind of thing. I'm sure that you guys have heard things like that before. Yeah, it's like, I don't look like what I've been through. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot, but somehow I just, you know, I know how to compartmentalize. So I just kind of, you know, you don't really get to see that unless you know me, you know. Like, people really close to me, they can tell when something's not right. But other people, they wouldn't know. Let's get one more from here. Thank you. Birdcage. Oh boy. So we have possessive, codependent, cling, restless, oblivious, controlled, seeing away. Remember I was talking? Okay, there we go. There's the confirmation. My nose just started itching. Remember I was talking about using your voice. You know, feeling like you feel a little bit restricted when it comes to using your voice. Sing anyway is what it says. Want freedom, without consent, dominion, watched, hostage, confined, jealous, trapped, predator. So you guys have been, remember I was talking about that emperor energy. For some of you, this is the energy that you were dealing with, is somebody who like kept you under control, under like lock and key type shit. Just giving me very, very strong, like, not so nice Aries energy. I'm not saying anything bad about Aries. My son's in Aries, so but this could have been like somebody very like domineering over you. This could have been a boss. It could have been your own father. It could have been a relationship in which this person made you feel like you couldn't do shit. And you had to really build up your courage and your strength to walk away from this person. You found that inner strength and discipline and self-advocacy and whatnot to be able to remove yourself from this kind of situation. Let's get one more. I know I said that was the last one, but let's just get one more for shits and giggles. What else? I like it. Roses. Love, romance, affection, appreciation, devotion, fond, delighted, emotional IQ, gifts, friendship, infatuated, enchanted, passionate, fidelity, tender, yearning, attached. So it's almost like saying, you know, after freeing yourself from, there we go, freeing yourself from that toxic situation that you were dealing with, you're able to welcome love in. And if it's not in terms of romance, I think it's just like self-love and just, you know, welcoming in positive, you know, equal give and take relationships, relationships with a lot of reciprocity. What's here on the bottom of the deck, you ask? But would you look at that, as I'm talking about a sense of, equal give and take, we have the water carrier here, which is an Aquarius card. And one of the things that just stood out to me is the word generosity, because we talked about generosity before. This equal give and take, literally says balance here. Really finding a sense of, a positive sense of peace, harmony, equal give and take. I just heard ebb and flow, just kind of going with it, as things happen, like, you just kind of brush it off and you're good. You're in your Zen space. Some of you might have Aquarius in your chart. I know my girl definitely has Aquarius in her chart. Queen has Aquarius in her chart too. Look at that. So yeah. Ooh, I like this. Top of the deck we have all right, so I'm gonna say what the card is saying, but then I'm also gonna show you something, and we'll go from there. So it says, wish granted, serendipity, blessing, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck, patience, promise, godsend, creation, manifesting, wealth, prosperity, perfect timing. Now, as you saw, that card talked a lot about this sense of prosperity and wealth. Now, if you really look closely at this card, I'm seeing a lot of, well, first off, for sure, there is a pot of gold here with a rainbow. But when you look at this, what's standing out to me also is the shape in which you see this cloud. Trying to get the light right. I know there's like a glare. The clouds and then that rainbow there. It's a 7. Exactly. Exactly. As it's funny, as I'm saying it, it came up on the screen at the same exact time. Number 7, lucky number 7, prosperity. Some of you might want to play the lotto, just saying. If you've been having an inkling about doing that, you might win something. And if you win, hook a sister up. Middle of the deck, we have crew. And this is about being in sync with people. This is about partnerships. Very, very important partnerships in your life. Things that are very, very much in sync and working together as a unit. I like that. Remember, we saw that energy earlier, too, about coming into connection with people who are part of, like, the soul tribe and stuff. It's kind of giving me that again. Really being in tune with that. Let's see. I think I'm gonna read from, where are we at in time? 107. I just saw 7-Eleven. Let's go with the archangels. My ear just started to ring, so I guess that's the right one. Okay, Spirit, say no more. So we're gonna go with these. So we'll get maybe 3 from here. And then maybe some affirmations to close out. I think that would be good. Huh? I like it. I like it. So we're going to put all that positive energy out there for y'all to win the lotto or something. Because she... Wow, that's crazy. I'm just saying. I believe in numerology and stuff like that. Some people are like, that's all bullshit. They think all the stuff that we believe in currently, right, is all bullshit. But it is what it is, We are probably basing a lot of our beliefs off of anecdotal evidence that we can't necessarily prove, but we know that we feel it and we've seen it. So we go with that, right? A lot of things when it comes to faith, you can't necessarily prove, but you can feel, right? Where you go based on how you feel about something, what you've experienced. Archangel Mary. Open your heart with compassion. Wow. It's like the 3rd card talking about this. Enfold others in love. Yeah. So we have 3 cards now talking about this heart space, love, compassion, generosity. Those type of energies. If you feel like your heart chakra is still in need of this is I think this is Mother Mary. Doesn't say, but I'm assuming it's Mother Mary because she's holding a baby. But I could be wrong. It just says Archangel Mary. But yeah, if any of you have been feeling like your heart chakra is a little bit off, you might want to work on that. And it's, it's literally a Google search away. You could look at like different oils and crystals that can help with that, meditations, stuff like that. You could do like binaural beats and stuff like that when you're going to sleep. Things of that nature could be helpful. We have Archangel Muriel. Trust your own wisdom. Have faith in your psychic impressions. Very cool. So some of you might have keep seeing a lot of ones. As a matter of fact, when I looked up, there was ones all across the whole thing. So going back to what we said at the very beginning of this reading about 1111 being a very, very important number. Right now, there's one person in here and one like, and then I just saw it was 11011 on the timer. So ones are like all about those new beginnings, 11s, all that stuff. Why didn't I take the card out of the deck? That was dumb. But yeah. Oh no, I did. What am I talking about? It's right there. We have Archangel Haniel. Seek soul satisfaction. Remember, I was talking about that internal sense of happiness. There we go. Confirmation. Fan a flame of inner happiness. That's going back to what we were seeing with that Ace of Cups I was talking about, and the Nine of Cups in the reverse earlier. Really understanding that this is a time for you to focus on what makes you happy. Within reason, of course. Yeah, within reason, of course, like just, understand that it's your time to actually put your happiness as a priority. You've probably, allowed yourself to, put everybody else above yourself, your kids, your family, work, friends, whatever the case. It's time to start putting yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. Remember, I was saying one of the first things, if you watched from the beginning, I was picking up on one of the most important things right now is self-care. And we saw that energy more than once in this reading, about 3 times now. So, like, that's very, very important right now. Very, very important. Okay. As you say something about Ace of Swords, look at this one. Archangel Michael, stand in your power, be true to yourself. What is he holding? A big ass sword. It reminds me very much of what we would see in the Ace of Swords card now, doesn't it? Along with this card that came up earlier, which is, I love this card, and my girl Allie loves this card as well. Delilah's Den. Same type of energy. Yeah. And then the phone goes off. There we go. You gotta live in your truth and your power. What does that look like to you? That's gonna look like something different for everybody. But you need to start stepping into that. Because I feel like a lot of us, and I'm gonna say us because I'm in this category too, a lot of us are not living our fullest selves or most authentic selves because of how we think others are going to perceive us, or we don't want to let people down and blah blah. Fuck that shit. We have to start putting ourselves first and what makes us happy, because I think we've done this for too long now. This whole song and dance around, hissy-footing around the things that we actually want to do for ourselves. Archangel Zariel. Give and receive love, obey the spiritual laws. Exactly. Remember I said, go after whatever it is that you want within reason, right? If you're hurting other people, then that's not good. But, yeah, so that equal give and take when it comes to your relationships in your life is very important. Being true to yourself is important. Making sure things align with where you are in terms of your spirituality, that's important as well. Your son's name is Zariel? Or is it Michael? My son's name is Michael. Nonetheless, there's a lot of synchronicities in this reading for you as we're doing this. All right. So we have Archangel. Ooh, I don't know if I can say this one. Philae. That cannot be how you say this. I have to be saying this wrong. It's spelled Phelyaii. I'm going to say filet. And it's making me think of filet mignon, filet of fish. I'm hungry. Oh, goodness gracious. But yes, it says honor animals, communicate with different species. So, you know, ironically enough, on I think it was Saturday night, I got drawn to pull from my spirit animal deck and saw a lot of interesting animals there. So, you know, maybe if you have pets, you know, spending more time with your, oh, that's very cool. Um, you know, spending more time with your pet, um, becoming more in tune with what your spirit animal might be, whatever that is for you, things like that. Bottom of the deck we have Archangel Mariel. Manifest for the highest good. Work with pure love. I like it. I like it. Um, Archangel Uriel. I feel like I've said all these names before. It's just there's so many of them that like kind of are spelled very similar. Like there might be just like one letter difference. Interesting. Come into harmony and balance. Use your power for peace. Yes. Wow. Holy crap. The fact that the whole point of the reading was harnessing your power during this moon cycle. And it says, come into harmony and balance. Like, it's just giving me, like, okay, that's exactly what you guys are working on, right? And then, like, the Libra is all about balance. So, you know, that's really what we're kind of working on during this particular moon cycle. You know, out with the old and with the new, balancing out everything. Wow. Middle of the deck, we have Archangel Christiel. Connect with you. That's cool. Connect with unicorns. Receive the white ascension flame. Now that you might have to look up. I feel like I've looked this up before, and I don't remember exactly everything about it. But if you're interested in that, um, look up the white ascension flame. I'll just show you that card. You want to take a screenshot of that? That might be something important because that's a little bit beyond my knowledge. Let's see. All right, last cards. We're gonna read some affirmations, and that will be the end of the reading. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it's been helpful. Once I post it up, if you guys don't mind going back to if you didn't watch the whole thing, if you watch from the beginning to the point where you started watching it, or just hit that like button for me so that, you know, I could be in people's algorithm a little bit more, because right now, you know, the girl's struggling a little bit, but I'm thankful for the ones that have been consistent. I really appreciate you. Y'all are amazing. So there we go with some more confirmation. We have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So a little bit more confirmations of what we were talking about earlier. So let's get 3. Thank you. We have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Let's get 2 more. Yeah, I'm going to have to look that one up too, girl, because I don't know what that is. I never heard of it. I think what I have seen, I think I saw like a violet. Oh, that's what I'm thinking about. The violet flame or something like that. I've looked into that, but I've never heard of the white ascension flame before. So I'm going to look into it. We have death. So we have that death energy more than once in this reading. I'm learning that endings are merely new beginnings. Exactly. Wow. Let's get one more. And we have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So rather than like, how can I put it? Rather than playing the blame game, pointing fingers at yourself, pointing fingers at other people, whatever. This is not going to resonate with everybody, so, you know, don't take it if it doesn't fit. But, Learning how to be accountable for, the part that we play and the things that, there we go, accountable. I would say, I'm looking down as I say the word accountable, and then what do I see when I look up? You just said it. But yeah, like being able to be accountable for, the part that we play and some of the things that we go through. There's nothing wrong with, being able to acknowledge, okay, I could have done this differently or that differently. But blaming is different. Accountability and blame are two totally different things. So don't think that, you know, by being accountable, that means that you have to look down on yourself. No, you just have to simply take accountability, and then, and acknowledge, what you could have done differently. And then you go from there. You take the lessons that you needed to learn, which we saw a lot of stuff about learning lessons here. Take the lessons that needed to be learned, apply them, and don't repeat those old mistakes. Work on, the next things that you need to work on bettering yourself, work on, this new version of yourself during your ascension, so on and so forth. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Top of the deck is love. A lot of stuff about love here. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And in the middle of the deck, we have abundance. Everything's coming back full circle. Happy I pulled from this deck. Um, I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I love that. And that's in the middle of the deck. So I would say, wow, look at, when I looked up, it was 121, and then it was zeros, and then 2021. Like looking at it from where what I'm looking at, two people here, and then one like. Um, so there's some 12s that are also important as well. I'm getting 12s and 21s are important. So with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and sticking around. Um, I hope that was helpful. Like I said, if it was, when I do post this up, come back to the channel and maybe hit the like button for me just to kind of get that momentum going. Yep, mirror numbers. And yeah, so you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and for whatever time of the day it is for you when you end up watching. And until next time, I love you guys. Bye.